There is a difference between knowing information and having a mind that can use it. One person can quote books, the other can solve problems. One person has hundreds of notes, the other has sharper judgment. When you meet people who learn faster than everyone else, it is easy to assume they were born with a better brain. But usually, the difference is not raw intelligence. It is the system they use to educate themselves. The top 1% of learners treat learning like training. They turn curiosity into skill, skill into judgment, and judgment into results. So if you want to educate yourself like the top 1%, start here. First, do not start with content. Start with a question. A casual learner says, "I want to learn business," then watches random videos and feels productive. A serious learner asks, "Why can some brands charge premium prices while others compete on discounts?" That question gives your brain a target. You are not collecting information anymore. You are hunting for an answer. Curiosity is not just motivation. Research on curiosity suggests that when your brain feels a gap between what you know and what you want to know, information becomes easier to remember. That is why you can forget a chapter you forced yourself to read, but remember one explanation that answered a question you actually cared about. Before top learners open a book, they ask, "What am I trying to understand? What problem am I trying to solve? What would change if I learned this?" Second, build a curriculum, not a pile. A pile is messy, saved videos, half-read books, random notes, and courses you will finish later. A curriculum is a map. A pile gives you the feeling of learning. A curriculum gives you direction. So ask, what are the levels? Start with vocabulary, then principles, then examples, then application, then judgment. What are the basic terms? What rules keep showing up? Where does this show up in real life? What can I build, decide, or change with this? That is how you stop being a tourist in knowledge and start becoming an operator. Third, use active recall before you feel ready. Reading feels like learning. Highlighting feels like learning. Rewatching feels like learning because everything sounds familiar. But familiarity is not mastery. Close the book and explain the idea without looking. If you cannot retrieve it, you do not own it yet. In cognitive psychology, this is connected to the testing effect. Testing yourself does not only measure memory, it strengthens memory. So after you study something, ask, what was the main argument? Can I explain this simply? Where would this be useful in my life? That short struggle is where learning becomes real. Your brain is not a hard drive. You have to pull the information back out. Retrieval is the workout. Fourth, explain everything in your own words. If you need the author's exact words to sound smart, you probably do not understand it yet. A top learner translates, they make a difficult idea simple without making it stupid. For example, do not just say, dopamine is involved in reward prediction error. Say, dopamine is less about pleasure itself and more about the brain noticing whether reality was better or worse than expected. That is real understanding. Self-explanation works because it forces your brain to connect new knowledge with what you already know. You are rebuilding it inside your own mind. So teach your notes app, teach your camera, teach a friend who knows nothing about the topic. If you cannot make it clear, keep working. Fifth, mix related fields and look for feedback. A beginner wants learning to feel clean. One topic, one chapter, one type of problem. But real life does not test you in neat chapters. A business problem might require psychology, writing, math, taste, and timing. A fitness goal might require training, recovery, nutrition, hormones, and patience. Top learners create connections between fields. They study persuasion, then look at advertising. They study biology, then look at fitness. They study storytelling, then look at YouTube retention. This kind of mixed learning can feel harder at first, but that difficulty is useful. In learning science, this is related to interleaving, where mixing related practice can improve your ability to choose the right idea in the right situation. Then, test your knowledge in real life. Because it is easy to imagine you understand business when you have never sold anything. It is easy to imagine you understand fitness when your program has never been tested by your own body. Feedback makes learning honest. The top 1% learner does not ask, "Did I finish the content?" They ask, "Did my behavior improve?" Because education is proven by how differently you can think, act, and decide. Finally, Keep a living knowledge system. Your notes should not be a museum. They should be a workshop. Every week, write down 3 things: principles, examples, and applications. Principles are useful ideas. Examples prove or challenge those ideas. Applications answer, how can I use this? Then once a week, ask yourself, what did I learn that actually matters? What did I pretend to understand? What did I apply in real life? What should I study next? This turns you from a passive learner into the manager of your own education. So here's your challenge. Pick 1 skill for the next 30 days, not 10 skills. 1. Write down 3 questions. Build a simple curriculum. Study a little every day. Test yourself. Explain what you learn. Apply 1 thing each week. By the end of 30 days, you will not just have more information, you will have proof that your mind can be trained. If this video gave you a new way to think about learning, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And comment below the 1 skill you want to teach yourself next.